Okay, write down the total balance owing on Trent's account. Okay, so what is the total balance owing? So the total, the whole amount is 6,621 rand and 8 cents. So that is 6,621 rands and 8 cents. So this is still question 1 of June 2022, paper 1, KZN. I love KZN papers. They pull out the roots of I love KZN papers because they pull out the roots of maths literacy from you. Okay, so next question. Next question is, state the full date on which the current installment is due. So our current installment is due. Let's look for the date. By the 1st of so that'll be by the 1st of March. So they're supposed to pay by the 1st of March, because this month is still pending. They're still going, and then the statement was dated on 12/02. So she must have like gotten the statement for January on the 12/02, and then the next month is March, so she's supposed to pay by the 1st 1,520 rand by the 1st of what? By the 1st of March 2024, and we move on. You have to trust your instincts when you're doing these kind of questions, guys. And then determine the number of days covered by the statement period. So this statement period is for how long? That's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. That's 15, 28, 29, 30, 31. That's 19 days from January. 12 days. 12 days. So for me, I would say 1.2.3 is 19 plus 12 days. I need to get my mind in the game, eh? Did that so many times. 1.2.4. Okay, so 1.2.4. Write down the opening balance of the 12-month revolving account. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything that says revolving account here first? 12 months revolving. There we go. Opening balance 6,441 rands and 83 cents. 12-month revolving account opening balance, and then we're just going to copy it from here. It's 6,441 rands and 83 cents. And then 1.2.5, we're going to go straight to 1.2.5. Show how the opening balance of 6,621 rands and 8 cents was determined. No problem. I'm going to try and figure it out. Okay, let's try and figure it out. So that would be 3 marks. Ne? That's the 3 marks question. So we're going to try and figure it out. Let's assume I don't know how they got it. So I'm going to say they had... the balance was 6,441.83. This is how much this person was owing. And then they were charged another 2 rand. So we add 2.80. And then they were charged 20 rand. We add 20 rand. And then they also charged interest of 97.55. And then they were charged also 22 rand. And then they were also charged 36 rands and 90 cents. Say, and then it's 6,621 rand and 8 cents. Voila. So this is how we got the amount. We said the balance. What are you saying? Let's go back to the question. Always go back to the question. Calculate. Show how the closing balance. Okay. So this is how they got the closing balance. I'm going to bring it back. And this is how we got it. We said we have, please leave a space when calculating, 6,441 rand and 83 cents plus 2.80 rand plus 20 rand plus, I'm going to write there, 97.55 plus 22 rands plus 36.90, and that gives us a total of 6,000 6,621 rands, and boom. And you get your 3 marks. That's beautiful. That was a nice question. I should give this question paper to my grade 10s. Okay, so let's go another one. Calculate the percentage of the opening balance on the current credit allocation. Percentage of the opening balance. So they want us to calculate the percentage of the opening balance, and the opening balance is 6,441 rands and 83 cents. Whenever you calculate the percentage, 1.2.6, always write what they say calculate the percentage for at the top. So they're saying you must calculate the percentage of this amount. So I'm writing it at the top there. And then I know I'm going to divide and multiply by 100. But what am I supposed to divide by? So I'm going to divide by what they tell me here. They say I must use their current credit allocation. And my current credit allocation is 12,000. Aha. So I'm first going to divide it, then I'm going to multiply by 100. So 6,441.83 divided by 12,000 will give me that amount. And then I'm going to multiply that by 100. I'm going to write it all. 0.536819166 multiplied by 100. And that gives me 53.68191667%. And I'm going to see, did I say I must round off here? There's no rounding off, but this is percentage. Okay, there's nothing a mention of rounding off. I'm going to go to my instructions. I'm going to quickly find my instructions and go see the round off all your answers appropriately according to the given context unless otherwise stated. So I'm going to round off to 1 or 2 decimal, a whole number. That's what I like to do. So I'm going to round off to 1 decimal. So that's 53.7. Now let me show you how I did that. I did that by saying I'm going to round off to 1 decimal. Decimals are on the other side of the comma. Remember, decimal fractions. And then we are going to look at 1 decimal, and then we are going to use the second decimal, the neighbor there. So the neighbor says to 6, increase. Why? Because it is a 5 or above. So from 4 below, it will stay the same, and from 5 and above, it will say increase by 1. 6 becomes 7, and everything else becomes 0. But any number on that side doesn't count once it's 0. We can leave it out. Okay, so we're going to move on to 1.2.7. State the interest rate change as from 28 January to 2022. Interest rates change. How did it change? Let's see. Interest rate. Where are the interest rates? Let's find that. Didn't we read anything? From 28 January 2022, the interest rate applicable to your account will be from 17.75 to 18%. And that is the change there. So we just calculated the change. 1.2.7. The change there is, remember, we're not calculating percentage change because it's already in a percentage. We're just going to find the difference, which is highest minus lowest. And then that will be 18% minus 17.75%. And because it's already in percentage. But if it was money, we would have had to calculate percentage change because interest rate is a percentage. Okay, right now 18 minus 17.75 is 0.25%. The sums, right? And then the last one says write down in simplified form the ratio of the total due to monthly installments. The ratio. So there is, let's unpack what is being asked here. I'm going to pull it closer so that we can unpack what is being asked on this question. Here they're saying we must create a ratio. Now a ratio is a number dot a number. So we need to write something like this. Don't write a fraction when they say write a ratio. So we need to write something like this. And they're saying once we've written it, we must simplify. So once we have it, we're going to simplify it. Now, what are we going to use? It says total of the total due to the monthly installment. So that is the number there. It's total due dot dot monthly installment, right? So let's find the total due. That'll be the starting point there. The total 1.2.8. So the total due is, there's the total due, 1,520 dot dot, right? And then we are going to go for monthly installment. The Y is, what is my installment there? It's 720 rands. 760. Okay, so there, you've already answered 1 mark. You've written the ratio as they want it. Now the next thing is to simplify according to the question. The question says simplify. When we simplify, now I have this calculator, so my simplifying is not going to be the same as yours. If you have a scientific calculator or a calculator, any calculator in fact, that has this button on it, press this number, and then press this button, and then press this number, and it is equal to. It will give you your answer as 2, and then it will say out of 1, or it say 2, which is 2 over 1. Remember that. Okay, if it says 2, just understand that any number that's sitting on its own is 2 over 1. But if you divide any number by 1, it stays the same. So your answer will be 2 is to 1. 2 is to 1. Oh, wow, we've come to the end of question 1. We are going to move on to question 2, so hold on to your seats. That was 30 marks. Now, please, 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 please download the question paper, answer it, and then mark yourself, and anything, it has a memo with it. So anywhere where you struggle, just come to the video and see where you went wrong. And if you find any mistakes, shout out, and I will try and correct them in the comment section. Thank you.